Hey guys, and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the rise and fall of Pilgrim. Pilgrim on release was an absolute massive release. It was a hit game since RPGs were blowing up on Roblox at this time, and I just want to say this game isn't completely dead, or at least it was, and now it's sort of getting its fan base back just a little bit, but it has to update more, but we'll get more into that later on. So let's just get into the rise and fall. So, as I said, Pilgrim on Release was an absolute massive hit as RPGs were blowing up on Roblox. Fans absolutely loved the game since there was so much to do and it seemed like the content was going to be endless. But since people grinded and grinded the game for hours, including me, things to do within the game eventually dwindled. Pilgrim was also blowing up on YouTube since everyone was curious about builds and how to get certain items, and everyone loved the game. The fans were patiently waiting for the next big content update. And it seemed like it was never going to happen. There were sneak peeks of the updates, so it meant that the devs were obviously working on the game, but there was no news on if or when this update was going to come out. This is where Pilgrim's fall begins. Players began to stop playing the game since there was no new content, and the game's average player count dropped dramatically from like 10k average to about 1k average or 2k average. It kind of depended on the day, but the lack of content built up sort of hate for the game, and people moved on to other RPGs such as Arcane Odyssey, and for me and for some other people too, Shadowfist RPG, which you should go check out. Shadow Via, which is the new game coming out, and I think it's really good. But these RPGs seem to offer more content for players as it would update more frequently than Pilgrims, at least from what we've seen. But on May 2nd of 2023, Pilgrim would finally release its next big content update, which involved Frost Mountains and new weapons and some reworks, which for 3 months is not even close to what certain fans, or most fans, were expecting. Now, of course, they did the April 1st thing, but that wasn't even permanent. It got removed nearly a month later. This built up even more dislike for the game, because there was simply just not enough to do, and a lot of people liked the April's update, and they removed it. And after this, Pilgrim was stagnant at around 500 average players, and this was a severe low point for Pilgrim, and everything seemed to be going really bad. But 4 months later, in September, they would release their next big content update, which was actually bigger than the last, and it was the Strawberry Catacombs update. Now, let's be honest. It was a bigger content update and had a decent amount of content to it, but all of it was able to be completed within a few hours. There is just simply not enough to do and complete and to gather if you could just complete a content update, which only comes out every few months within a few hours. I mean, personally, I would say unless Pilgrim updates more and releases more content within a short amount of time, the game would be alive again. Unfortunately, with the lack of updates, Pilgrim sort of dug their own grave and fell into irrelevancy. But Pilgrim is getting a little more players now, and with this new update, so, well, it does take some small steps to fully get a player base back. So if Pilgrim updates more, then maybe it will be revived, and the game won't be so dead. But that's the rise and fall of Pilgrim and how it fell into irrelevancy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button down below, of course. Subscribe. Thank you guys so much for 4K. I'm looking for 5K by the end of the year, so hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.